How did Saint Asonia come into reality?
Well, originally, I was still in Finger 11. I heard about Adam leaving 3 days, and we knew each other, but, just as acquaintances, like everyone kind of does in Canada. 3 Days Grace used to be big fans of Finger 11. I think the first time I met him, he came to a show and met us out front of the bus, with the fans and stuff. He was pretty young when I first met him, so there's always kind of knew about them before they got signed and stuff. So then I heard that Adam had left the band, and I just gave him a text one day, already with Finger 11. Didn't feel like I was going to be in the band much longer. Wondering if there was something else that I'd ever do, or if this was going to be it. So I texted him, but not for that reason, just to say, hey, it's just Rich from Finger 11, you heard what happened, man, just hope you're okay, So he got back to me. He was really thankful, he was like, thanks a lot, that means a lot. I was like, yeah, he said he was going to maybe do a solo record then, and I said, if you're ever doing anything, or you're ever making music, or just jamming and stuff, where do you live, man? And he's like, he tells me his address, so I'm like, clicked off your living room light. I was like, amazing, we're neighbors. It's kind of far, it's Toronto, but I could see his building. So that's how we kind of got started, originally talking about playing together, still in Finger 11 now. By June, we only did 5 shows or something that summer. Finger 11 split happened, and then that's when me and him, so that was me and him, and then totally unrelated, Aaron Lewis had decided to do a country record with Stained. So he was off doing that. Mike had made a record and toured with Jason Newsted from Metallica, and they didn't tour for very long though. He was always a fan of Adam. Yeah, so he just contacted Adam saying, hey man, this is where I'm at. I don't know what you're up to. Maybe you want to get together and write sometime. Or Mike flew up here actually, and right away, Mike had all of these riffs. He's one of these guys that just always has 100 songs sitting on tape. He's just always writing riffs and recording them. Adam right away had melodies and lyrics. Waste My Time that's on that record. This is one of the slow songs. This is the first one I ever did. And it just came together super easy. Adam said, let's go to Chicago. We actually, Finger 11, had recorded 2 or 3 records on there with Johnny K, the producer. So Adam downloaded a few songs for the label. So when I got to the studio, it was the first time I was like, hey, Mike, how's it going? He wasn't totally sure that, Adam didn't really say. We just all kind of got there, hey, I'm going to drum. And we just started working on, I think, 3 songs. And then we all went home for a few months, and then the rec company wanted to make a record, so we went right back to the studio. I think we started in January of last year. So yeah, we just all got there, but I didn't know really any song. I didn't know what we were going to be. We certainly didn't have a band name. We didn't have a bass player. And then we didn't even do pre-production. We would just work on, let's hear that riff. I'd play some stuff, and that's cool, and we kind of piece together a song, map it out. And then I go to the next song, but I'd never heard any melodies. It was just kind of came together like that. And then I remember Adam, he came in a few days after us when we first started. We're going to start making the record. And I remember he literally had his bags in his hand. He went into the main studio room, and we were just working on Better Place. And I'd recorded the drum track. That actually used to be a Stained song that Aaron didn't have any melodies for. And then Adam came in and literally dropped his bags and went into the vocal booth and just sang that chorus, almost exactly like you hear it on the record. Really catchy. And right away, it was holy shit. I forgot how great Adam is. I'd never seen him in a studio. He just belts out this fucking chorus. First thing he does is okay, piece it all together, song by song. And it wasn't until the end of the record when the record company came and the management, agents. So the 3 of us sat on the couch with all these guys in suits around us. And we were just holy fuck, this is really great. But we still don't have a band name. So then trying to find a band name, we kind of okay, we have a week, we need to get a band name. So that was a whole nightmare in itself, and then of course we needed a bass player. Talking about bass player, we had a few guys, we wanted, right away, we both said, what about Cory Lowry? So we both met him from bands he toured with, we're that Cory guy, I have this long history. One of the first bands I ever auditioned for when I was really young, I went to Los Angeles. Cory was involved in that band, so I had crazy weird past with him. So that weekend, me and Mike were talking with this Cory Lowry guy, a few other names. He left, and then that night, Dale from Cedar called me. So he's like, hey man, you're looking for a bass player? Pouring me insane. He's like, that guy Cory Lowry, he's here. On a show tonight, man. I was like, that's funny, we were talking about it today. Mike comes back, and I'm about to tell him that story. Before I can, he fucking goes, it's so crazy, man. When I went to the airport the other day, Clint Lowry called me. He's like, man, I got to go meet my brother Cory. And I was like, that's crazy. We should definitely audition him. It sounds like you already got the gig. He did just get the gig. He came in and killed it right away. So that was the start of the record. That was the start of the band. like all from last January. At this time last January, like Cory wasn't even in the band yet, we were probably right about now thinking about our name. So when we started this tour on Wednesday, this Disturbed tour, we would have been like last year not even played a show at this time yet. Rock on the Range would have been our first show in May. Yeah, it's such a whirlwind too. Like I think about it like actually a lot. Kind of crazy. Like our first show ever was Rock on the Range for 45,000 people. And we just came back from Russia last month. They fucking loved us there. I don't know who set this up, but kids, like every show, we only played 3 shows, but they all, like, there's like a piece of paper, but there's like printing on it. Like, at a certain song we play, all of a sudden every kid in the club pulls up a paper. So don't waste my time. Adam introduces the song, starts playing on guitar, and I got to look up. And every kid has a sign that says, I would waste my time with you, Saint Asonia. Like 3,000 people. Where'd those come? Everyone has one. And then like another song, they all have a sign. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Where there was like hundreds of kids waiting at the airport for us when we got there. It was like, there were really kids at the airport. We got to the hotel, there was kids there, like all night singing in the street, crazy. And then, right before that, we were in Europe with Motley Crue. So we haven't really played together that much. So the chemistry just keeps getting better. But it's already felt like we started on a different level than younger bands would. It's cool. It's like a brand new band, but with a bunch of old refugees. Yeah, without Mike, I'm so glad Mike was there when he called Adam. It's just like everything happened in a very kind of natural way. It's funny, like this whole supergroup thing that people say got famous for like 18 million records or something. 3 days to like 6 million. They're popular bands, and I was just like the guy from some band. They had so many, like 28 number 1 songs or something between them or something crazy. I knew that was going to happen. And Adam, I saw the reaction that kids get from him, like, because I played those 5 shows with him in the summer. Like, it just, he's one of those singers where his lyrics are like, it seems like every day on the road, someone will come up to him crying, saying that he saved their life. And have like his face tattooed on it. Like, that's just daily for Adam. Mind blowing, he's affected people like that. When all of the reviews came in for the records, everything was super group.
Who are your musical influences growing up?
Michael Jackson, like, when I was a kid, like, this is like the Thriller era, early 80s. I was a huge Michael Jackson because I was into, like, before I drummed, I played guitar too. I did the dance, like I was a break dancer, like I did jazz dancing, whatever the jazz dancing is, I don't even know. Just Michael Jackson, when I was a kid, like I used to wear the gloves to school, and like everyone else in that time, that was the biggest record ever. Still is, the most biggest selling record ever, but that was like before I was got into like my musical sort of stuff. But when I first started drumming, like one of the first, what got me wanting to drum, and it was funny because I didn't even know who this band was back then, but it was Run DMC, but I didn't know who Aerosmith were, but that Walk This Way song they did together. But that was like that beat. That was the beat that made me want to drum. In like 1984 or 5, whenever that came out. But I remember not knowing who the fuck Aerosmith, but I loved Run DMC, like that Raising Hell, that album. I still play a drum to it, even though it's all drum machines. Like, so when I first started drumming, I was influenced by like 80s New York, like the original rap, like the first rap. There was Grandmaster Flash, the Back Boys, LL Cool J, Houdini, Run DMC. Like I listened to that kind of music, Beastie Boys. I listened to just whatever was popular back then too, like Twisted Sister. Those are like songs that were different genres. That's the thing about the 80s that people always forget. Like Twisted Sister, like the way they looked and stuff, like these fucking crazy monsters. We're not gonna take it, and then like you spin me right round, baby, right, and like it was normal. Everybody just listened to those 2 songs. They're like 2 different bands. Like nowadays, people just like there's like the metal kids, there's the hip hop kids. I liked all those whatever with Duran and stuff, whatever was popular. But then like I think in grade 6 or grade 7, I discovered Metallica, and that kind of changed me like into a metalhead. Queen's right too. I have to admit, I gotta like name my real influences. Like Alice in Chains. Yeah, so those are like the 2 things, sort of 80s hip hop, and then into like just all things metal. Like I like Skid Row. I like all that shit.
Which artists would you like to tour or work with?
I'd like to play with bands that don't necessarily match, which that's just in my own fantasy though, so it wouldn't really work. Well, like as far as rock bands go, like I've always loved the theatrics and the steel rail look of like Rob Zombie. And yeah, I don't know, it's tough to say because every band I'm gonna pick are just bands that I just want to watch every night. Like, what's the perfect match? I don't even guess. So I would just guess. I'm gonna say like Muse would be cool. Foo Fighters would be cool. But actually, it too.
What's your favorite venue to play?
Yeah, I like the typical like House of Blues size venue, like like a 1,500 seater. Those House of Blues are great because every single one is exactly the same. Like you can go to a House of Blues anywhere in the States. It's like I know what catering is going to be every night. I know where the dressing rooms. I know where the showers are. Like it gets so consistent, and the stage is always beautiful. It's like just always. So like theaters, I like House of Blues because they're consistent and they're just pro. All the people that work there are pro, and the size of the venue feels like a big. You're playing a big show, but it's not like in a hockey arena. I mean, especially I don't ever played my own shows at arenas a few times. Where it's your show, so that's different when it's your show, I guess, for sound. But when you're opening for bands in an arena, first of all, you don't get out. It's all rushed. You get on stage and sound check, and then you're basically playing when doors open, and it's just black. Like you can't see anything out there, and like it's cooler on paper to say I played like the Rexall place or whatever it is. Sounds unique that you did that. Unless you're headlining, it's like not the best show. So yeah.
What's your most memorable moment so far?
Probably walking on stage at Rock on the Range, our first show ever. It was like a secret. Nobody knew until I think it's by the time we got on stage. I think we announced it the night before. But that was like the introduction to our band for like 45,000 people. And we played so early. It's like one of those days, like talking like we're the first band on at 1 in the afternoon. It's like mostly those are the rough slots to get when people are just piling in. But people knew we were playing, came early, and it was just all the bands were on the side of the stage watching us. It was just a good energy for everybody, it felt like. But yeah, that was really memorable. That just goes down. And there's great pictures online from that show. It's a big stadium. The stages from behind my drum set and me, and then like the stadium. Like I'm constantly getting reminders of that show because like the photos, so many of them are so cool. And then we'll be back there in May. It's fun doing that same place again 2 years in a row.
What's your favorite song to perform so far?
Well, Let Me Live My Life is fun because it's just a high energy song. It's got that, like, if people are going to start jumping around, doing all that kind of stuff, that's the song, and it's usually the last song of our set, so it's a great way to end the show. And now it's a single. Now that it's our second single, now people are knowing it even more. They might not have had the record, so this tour will be cool to see how the single's translating, people recognizing it and stuff.
What's the first song you ever learned?
Walk This Way, Run DMC, and Aerosmith. That song got me into drumming. I didn't know who the fuck Aerosmith were. Back when I was a kid, I was like 10 or something, but Run DMC Raising Hell, that album was like the album that started me drumming, which is hilarious because it's all old 80s drum machines, but I still drum to that when I'm just at home, like messing around. That was a big record for me. And but that drum beat, it's that Aerosmith beat. It was like, it's funny, I've never really been an Aerosmith guy. I love them and respect them. I don't really listen to them too much. The drum beats, they got me drumming, but it was done in that. So when I first started playing, like all the first records I got or played to, it was like Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, the Fat Boys, Headlight Boys, Houdini, like all this New York, but I called it original sort of hip-hop, which now you listen back to it, it sounds so dated, that hip-hop, like the rapping is advanced so much. Like, I don't know about me and you. We got to go to the boo-boo-boo. Like, all the raps are shitty. Like, a lot of the bands, the rapping has evolved. Like, you listen to Eminem, and then you go back and listen to some of that, it's like, oh my god, it's like another language.
Some of the lyrics nowadays are getting back to that where it's like cheesy, not actually like deep lyrics anymore.
Well, that's what I say. Like, Adam's so great. And as a songwriter also myself, it's like I learned from him and I respect him so much. It's so easy to write too many words because you're conveying whatever you're writing about. And just when you're a pro at it, it's like there's a talent to that, to say as least words as possible. Like, whether it be a hook in it or someone remembers something, like in a singing way or something catchy, but then also for them to hear the song and identify with their own story in their head, break up the story with their girlfriend, not just the singer, like Adam telling you about his life. It's like, he is, but it's relates to you. That's your thing. And to say it in 2 words, it's really hard. Like most novice songwriters like myself, it's like this Stephen King novel, just trying to jam all these words in.
What's one song you wish you wrote?
I'll Follow You Into the Dark. That's got the Duke Beauty. I wish if I played Good Like Guitar saying, I wish I wrote that as a songwriter. I love that. I just love that song. I love the words. Illuminate the nose on the vacancy sign. That's my favorite lyric of all time. I just love that. And that song, the message is, if you die, I'll follow you into the dark. Wherever you go, I'll go with you. Don't worry, babe. Whatever happens, I'll go with you. If we go to hell, I'll go to hell. Wherever you go in the afterlife, I will follow you into the darkness. I think that's beautiful,
If you weren't in a band, what other career do you think you'd have?
Oh boy, it's scary.
how do you go about writing new music?
Well, this will, coming up as we start writing the second record will be the experience of that, because the first time it was so unique to how that happened. I don't think it'll be like that this time, or, I mean, it's funny because we're such a new band, it's not like we don't really have the ways of doing things yet, on the first record, it was like Mike had a bunch of riffs recorded there, like just a library of things, and Adam had combed through them, and then had put some melodies to them, and then they both, they kind of had done that before we got to the studio, and then